But let's get it going, which I'm sure is going to be an amazing talk. I'd like to invite David Shi from Meta up onto the stage. Guys, have a wonderful time. I'm really looking forward to listening to David, and enjoy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Great to see everyone today. I'm really happy that Mark asked how many people are new to AES. So that helped me with my discussion to ground a few things and learn a little bit more about you. And again, we could definitely talk more after the meeting. But first things first, my name is David Shi. I lead our solution sales team here for Meta Reality Labs. Been at Meta for about 6 years. In dog years or tech years, that's probably like 10 or 14, depending on how you look at it. It's been a while. Seen a lot of interesting changes. And in fact, when I first came on to Meta, my onboarding included a demo of our Oculus headset with one of our first software programs, workrooms. Allowed us to do spatial meetings. And it was interesting because we didn't even have the avatars ready. Things weren't even working out quite exactly the way, but pre-COVID, internal onboarding, that's what I saw. Fast forward to today, I could not even imagine that we would be all here today gathering together to talk about new technologies that we have. It's a very exciting time. And that's why I'm excited for all of you, all of myself, and what a great event we're going to have this week. So I'm looking forward to that. But let's just go ahead and kick things off. As far as today's agenda, we're going to go through immersive learning. That is one of the best and most impactful use cases that we have. Great ROI, get you involved, get your teams involved. We'll speak a little bit more about that. Then we'll focus on what is the now. We will talk about the future, but right now there's so much that you can do with MR, which is mixed reality, and VR, which is virtual reality. With our Quest headsets, we'll go into that a little bit more in depth. And then finally, we're going to look at the horizon. What is it going to look like in the future? We're actually not that far from it, but lots of opportunity for us to all think about ideas that we have for the future. So, can you guys imagine a hippo hiking? When I first saw this slide, I was like, what the heck is this? What is a hippo hiking? Why are we thinking about this? But in the age of spatial computes, we're able to experience the unimaginable. That's what's really exciting about what we're doing today. Whatever you guys have, and this should be a theme of the week, whatever you guys have, think about that you couldn't do before, you could probably do it now in VR, and definitely in different elements of MR as well. So with that said, one of the things that grounds Meta overall is our focus on connection and human connection, right? We've done that with some of our software products. We're connecting grandmas from Thailand to their nephews in Southern California through WhatsApp. We have Facebook, we have Instagram. Those are all great products, but we also create a lot of hardware products. In the last few years, we created Quest 2, we created a Quest Pro, Quest 3, Quest 3S. For Ray-Ban and AI smart glasses, we did the Ray-Ban Metas. Then we did the Meta Ray-Ban displays, which will come out soon. And for those who don't know, there's also a version called Ray-Ban Stories, which was the first iteration of our Ray-Bans, which did not get a huge amount of fanfare, but was still critically important in the discovery of our hardware. So the hardware part is locked in with the software part. A lot of the people here today are going to be focused on the software part, which is great. We're going to try to provide the hardware part. But the question is, how does hardware actually help us in our journey with technology and immersive training? The first thing to think about, and we have to go a little bit back in history, is where did it all start? Well, it started pretty far back, but we don't need to go that far back. But first, we'll talk about the mainframe computers in the 50s. Big, huge machines, had a really purposeful utility. It was great. It did what it's supposed to do, but it was really big and massive. Then we moved on to personal computing in the 80s. My first computer was the Apple II GS. It does date me a little bit, but that is what I had. I couldn't really do much with it just because I didn't really know how, but it was our critical time because that brought in dial-up internet connection, and that helped us all connect through the internet, right? Fast forward 20 years to 2000s, we had mobile devices, and then we had mobile connectivity. That allowed us to bring the internet with us. It allows us to have the display so we could see what's happening and stay connected with our world, do more immersive training, do a lot of other things, and that's the power of our mobile device. And a natural progression of evolution of technology, we move into spatial compute. So one of the things that's exciting about spatial compute, whether you're thinking about it in AI smart glasses or even our Quest headsets, is instead of just looking at the internet, we're able to dive into the internet and live it. So when you put on your MR device, you can actually jump into an immersive experience, and this will allow you to actually have a very, very different experience than you would have just being on your phone, right? And now, how does this translate directly into training? Well, the first and most important thing for training and immersive experiences and training is safety. Imagine if you were a PG&E electrician, utility worker on a high line, 100 feet up in the air. What are the safety procedures you have to go through to learn that? You can do that safely in VR. On top of that, we have obviously lower cost, faster adoption, more internal ROI out of all the events and all the process that you could get out of immersive training. We'll go through that a little bit more in detail on specific use cases. And then we have soft skills. Soft skills is probably one of the most important skills that we don't develop and we're underdeveloping. And the reason for that is because it's such a personal skill. Your soft skills come from your experiences. It comes from what you've done, what you've learned, what you're doing, and that's something really hard to break. Can you have a coach to do it? Absolutely, but we can't all have coaches. Instead, if you're looking at soft skills in VR, then you're able to have an experience with an AI avatar to coach you on the different things and get really personable, understand the use cases and experiences you had, and help you craft your narrative moving forward. Soft skills is going to be really important, and again, we have a lot of software skills, ISVs downstairs for you guys to visit. And then, of course, hard skills. I love fixing cars. I love doing things with my hands, and nothing helps me understand what soft or hard skills impact is unless you're doing it in VR. And again, Matt brought this up. If you guys have never experienced it before in VR, please go downstairs to try it. I can't even describe the experience. You could fix landing gears. You could fix knee implants. You could drive or pilot a plane. I mean, these are hard skills that will get you there. And one of the things, the important thing about hard skills is that although hard skills is never going to be fully replaced by actual physical experience, if you do it in VR, it's going to get you 80, 90% there. And now you can actually spend time doing the hard stuff in real life. And then we have also a lot of data around this. Forrester published a total economic impact report on the Meta Quest a few months ago. If you guys want to see it and read it, it's on our website, forwork.meta.com. If you can't find it, ping me. I'm happy to send you a link. And one of the most interesting stats that came out of this report was that the ROI for immersive training is 219%. I don't think I've had anything that's 219% except for calories that I ate the other day. That's the only thing I'm getting. But it's an extremely impactful study, talks about the use cases, experiences, everything else. But I also challenge everybody here in the room, go downstairs, meet all the software partners and vendors downstairs. They have very specific cases in your industry that helps you craft your narrative with your business units. And every single one of them downstairs has great case studies and experiences on how immersive technology is really improving and benefiting work. So please take time to that. As for a sneak peek, as far as some of the data that we got out of this report, 25% were increasing onboarding times. I didn't have VR for us when I was on board at Meta, but this would have made things faster, just understanding how to use our email system. Booking rooms, easy. That could have been done in VR. Instead, I probably booked wrong rooms and got on wrong calls for about 3 weeks. In addition, we have some other great stats about training, reduction in task worker training times, 75%. And I'll let you guys read the rest when you guys get the report. But please take a look, as the numbers are what really matters with what we're doing in VR. And then one of the things I will circle back to is building community. Mixed reality is reinventing how we're learning, how we're creating, how we're connecting with our community. And this is so impactful for all the use cases. And if you guys go back today, think about your business. How do you add MR? How do you add VR to it? one of the easiest ways to start with collaboration, making sure that people are talking with each other, learning from each other. We do meetings with my team virtually, as we're located in Dallas or Austin and New York and San Francisco. This allows us to connect. And as far as all the metrics that we've shown on the previous slide, one of the metrics that is least talked about is presence and being in the moment while you're learning in VR and MR. And that's one of the things that I've heard from teachers, doctors, manufacturing employees, is that when you're in MR and VR, you're immersed and you're focused on the task at hand. You're not on a Zoom call, checking email, responding to this, playing solitaire, whatever you're doing, it's not what you're supposed to be doing on the Zoom call. But when you're in a virtual experience, you're actually in the moment and you're able to actually do the task at hand, which obviously goes back into the stats. Helps us increase productivity, learning, outcomes, the whole shebang, which is really fun. Okay. So that's a little bit about just the immersive part, but let's talk about the now, right? Let's focus on what we can do now. And there's so much that everyone in this room can do now, and we'll go through a few different use cases and experiences that I've seen that have been really impactful. We'll start with healthcare. Healthcare is critical to our business right now and critical to the United States. We have a great shortage in nursing right now, as you all know. When you think about nurses, we need more. And we have schools around the US that are using VR to train nurses and help them pass their exams, because they're able to train them in the procedure, walk through the examples, get through every single thing that they need to learn, and also tie in the soft skills at the same time, right? So if you have an irate patient, a dangerous patient, how do you address those concerns while doing the procedure at the same time? Incredible work. On top of that, we have companies that are using it for med device training. We have people using it for how to use medical device equipment from MRI machines, and so on and so forth. So the impact for healthcare is impressive. It's one of the main focus areas that we have for as far as the industry goes. Another one is our manufacturing instance. Along the same lines, we have a huge shortage in welders, electricians. Every day that goes by, we're losing these critical teams of manufacturers. And if you think about manufacturing, how does MR apply to manufacturing? If you are stopping your manufacturing line, you're taking a extremely expensive equipment and pausing it so you can train your employees. And you're also taking the best employee that you have on a manufacturing line off the manufacturing line to help you train a few more employees. That is a huge cost, huge time suck for an entire business. And if you could actually generate that in VR, have people go through that training process effectively, know where they're making mistakes, reiterate the mistakes, having AI help them, coach them throughout the mistakes, this will bring your costs down significantly. And again, 88% of surveyors know that they can actually imagine the experience in VR much easier than if they're doing it on 2D screen. So those are some of the simple impacts. And I could go into, obviously, the more details of these specific companies. But again, a lot of the companies downstairs, our ISV partners, are doing a lot of great stuff. And then let's take a quick video here.
It started with one car in one country. Now we're using MetaQuest for Cupra for every upcoming launch all across Europe. Incredible. Cupra is a challenger brand. I think it's the most innovation-seeking. Whenever we launch a new car, is a very crucial and emotional moment for us. The Tavascan is our newest models. It's a full electric crossover vehicle, but we had a really big challenge because the car was ready, but it was not physically available in the showrooms. So we had to tackle this with new ideas and new technologies. We saw mixed reality as a brilliant way to solve this problem.
Perfect. Yeah.
And to bring this idea to life, we needed a production partner who shared this same mindset and vision.
I'm really proud of this project. We chose MetaQuest for price, scalability, and performance. It was really crucial that we make it as realistic as it gets. So everything you see, you can interact with. You can choose your color of the car. You can change the rims. You can open the doors and get inside, honk the horn if you like to, or either turn on the radio and listen to some music. It took us 6 months from the green light till the application running in the showrooms. It's now in more than 500 dealerships.
We are using mixed reality for all the product portfolio for the upcoming launches, and we achieved record pre-sales order in Germany.
This is just the beginning of what MetaQuest and Cupra are going to achieve.
And can you imagine a time without this technology?
Never again.
I know the video doesn't directly tie into training, but it ties into an immersive element of how businesses can think about using these applications. B2B2C is one of our fastest growing areas. We love to touch upon it because this allows car companies such as Cupra to take it from the manufacturing floor directly into the customer base that they have. How can they experience a car within 30 seconds and then swap out a brand new car in another 30 seconds? These are incredible abilities for you guys to think about. And obviously, if you guys are focusing on customers, how do you actually use MR and VR to actually engage with their customers on a whole different level? And then as far as building VR for the now, I have 3 very simple steps. One is define a use case and objectives. Critically important. There's a lot of people that come and I talk to and they're like, we'd love to get started, but we don't have a specific area we want to. We just want to try it. Usually I say, let's pause. Let's find a use case, go back to your teams, understand what they're challenged with, what inefficiencies there are, can we apply MR to it? Without a use case, we're nowhere. We're not here to kick tires. Let's go find a really impactful thing to study and work on, something that drives ROI. Second is once you have that idea, find a ISV partner and create a proof of concept. Personally, I'm not a fan of proof of concepts just because I understand the environment, I understand the business really well. I love to go straight to scale, but I understand. We all have managers, we have the business, we have to understand how impactful it is for your business. The POCs may be the place to start. And you can actually go downstairs, talk with all the vendors downstairs, and they'll help you start a POC pretty easily and pretty fast, right? And it's actually not that expensive, depending on what you guys are thinking, to do a proof of concept. And then last is obviously scale and grow. We always want to scale and grow. Once you're able to take that POC, morph it, let's scale it out together as a company. If you guys are thinking about scaling and growing, please let me know. I'd love to talk with you. That is our focus at Meta, is how do we scale the business? How do we grow the market? That's really impactful for us, and it doesn't happen without everyone here today. Okay. And then one last thing I want to point out, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this, especially for all the new folks here at AES, we've done some really incredible changes in our pricing and packaging this year. And I bring this up more as a PSA. There's a lot of people that come and they're like, hey, we bought it from Amazon.com, we bought it from Best Buy. And as our company grows and as we evolve here, there are actually 2 separate businesses that we operate. One is the retail side that you could go to Best Buy and get. Those are for your gamers, your supernatural enthusiasts. Do that. But if you guys are thinking about it for commercial use cases, for education, for B2B2C, let's think about the commercial SKU, which is on the slide today. It's a little bit more expensive, but we heard a lot of feedback from business owners, our businesses that we partner with, as well as our EDU customers, and we changed our pricing to include HMS, include it in the bundled price. That's a huge difference and a huge change for us this year, and we are listening. So feedback is important, and we're going around the right direction. So if you're looking for the commercial SKU, it comes with 3 years additional warranty. It comes with HMS, which is our management solution, which helps you provide the security and the management of the device. That is included for 2 years, and we're gonna have some more announcements later this year to update that for enterprise specifically, which is exciting. On top of this change, we're also working with our great partners such as Arbor Manage. They're able to layer their management system on it without jailbreaking our devices anymore. So that's a great partnership we've also enrolled. But again, I encourage you guys to look into our commercial SKU. And if you guys are purchasing at bulk, please work with a reseller to get those quotes. And if there's anything else we can help out with, please call me or my team. We're happy to help you with your purchase as well. One last thing, these cannot be bought at Amazon.com, Best Buy, Walmart. They're only through authorized resellers. You guys have all used them, your CWs of the world, your Insights of the world, your SHIs of the world. We also have a lot of specialty shops that do it, Knox Labs, VR experts that also sell our devices. So I encourage you guys to get those quotes from those teams, and if you have any issues, let me know. Okay? Now the exciting part. What is on the horizon? This is the time when you guys could think you won the Powerball and how you're going to spend your money. Instead, we're going to focus on AR, VR, and what the future is going to be entailing for us today. One of the great announcements from our Connect event last week was the announcement of our Meta Ray-Ban displays. These are our newest, most advanced AI glasses. They will include a screen on the right side and allow you to actually see into a variety of different use cases, which I'll explain later. The devices are actually going to be for sale for the general public September 30th, so next week. So if you guys are interested, a great opportunity for you to do that. And again, we are that much further and closer to what we're going to do with the AR in the future, right? Very exciting, and can't wait to actually show you guys. By the way, we do not have a pair today, just in case you were wondering. But if you guys are in Burlingame, in the San Francisco Bay Area, please let me know. I'm happy to give you a demo. We can get you on board and show you the ways you can use the Meta Ray-Ban displays. As far as use cases, there's quite a few, and I know that you guys are all thinking about them right now. But the initial ones that we're going to come out with are going to be focused a little bit more on consumer. But the applications are going to be things that are going to apply to our enterprise and B2B use case as well. The first one that I think is really going to be interesting is messaging and video calling. Now I could actually call my mother-in-law and show them the kids right through my glasses. She could see me watching the kids at the park, and then I don't have to hold a phone just watching them. I live the experience. I'm able to address this. I'll also have a view frame where I can see her. I'll probably turn that off because she's my mother-in-law, but I can see her if I chose to, right? In a real-life application, by the way, just even for Ray-Bans, I was at the Rose Bowl earlier this year, and I had my phone, which is just something I'm just too familiar with, and I put on my Ray-Bans, and I was watching the B-2 stealth bomber fly over my head at the beginning of the Rose Parade. And it was an incredible experience. I could see my kids, I could see everybody around me. I could videotape it without my hand, although you can see my phone there, which is idiotic. But that is some of the experiences that we're trying to develop, right? How do you be immersed, but also in the moment, right? Some of the other things that we're going to have is Meta AI. It's going to be able to give you lists. It's going to show the AI components on the display. That's going to be really impactful. And then obviously we have some other things like navigation, translation. We're also going to focus on the view frame for your photos. Those are all important elements that we've got a lot of feedback from teams. Next, I'm going to show you a video. And the video is more about agentic AI and the possibilities of our glasses in the future. It's not something that we're doing now. But I want to give you a preview that Mark showed at our Connect that really takes into account what businesses can think. And what's really interesting is this is at our Connect event, but it's really focusing on business.
Hey, Jake. I'm so glad you reached out.
Hey, yeah, I was hoping you could help me on this board I'm building for my brother.
Oh, of course. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
So for the board, my brother needs something with a wide tail so it's easy to catch waves, but the performance of a narrower tail.
What about a swallowtail shape?
Oh, that's great, yeah.
But maybe 3 fins, that makes it easier to turn, right?
I love it. He's actually going to Hawaii in the spring. Do you think we can have the fins by then?
Actually, a few weeks ago, the supplier confirmed that the fins will be here in October.
That's great news, but would it be too tight?
I'll need to double check to be sure.
Yeah, that would really help.
Okay, she is good to go.
Nice. I'll update the designs and let's catch some waves soon.
Let's do it. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
So that's just some of the things that we'll be able to do with glasses in the future. And then one of the other components is on the software side. One of the things I hear most is content creation, right? It is a bear. We're going to release Meta Horizon Studios out next year, and it's going to include the opportunity to create through Gen AI spaces as well as avatars and I'll let you guys kind of think through, hey, how do I use this for my business, and how do I help with training? We also have Hyperscape here, which was shown last year, but it's something that's going to roll out in GA relatively soon. And this will allow you to create 3D spaces in a second by sending the information to our cloud computes, bring it back down, converts it to a VR space. I've tried it and demoed it. It's pretty awesome. I've seen our whole entire campus in VR, and to be able to walk through this is a very different experience. Right? And then I'm going to bring into the last concept here is about extending our AI capabilities for developers. One of the interesting things about here is that when I first showed the Ray-Ban Metas a couple years ago at CES, one of the requirements I had for B2B partners was, please don't ask me when you could buy it, because I couldn't tell them when you could buy it. And then second, don't ask me if it's ready for enterprise. And the reason for that was because it wasn't ready for enterprise, right? And since then, every month, there's another person asking me, can I get access to camera? Can I do this? Can I do that? How are we going to actually apply this for enterprise? We're that much closer now because this year at Connect, we released our device access toolkit. This will allow companies in beta version to access the cameras, the mics, the speaker, and connect it to different applications. And now we're that much closer in using the glasses for enterprise. If you guys are interested, let me know. We'd love to add you to the beta program. It'll be released for GA probably in 2026. Okay. Now, thinking about that use case, we do have one example here by 18 Birdies. Just a quick example of how they're thinking about it and how they're actually applying the toolkit.
Hey, 18 Birdies, what's my distance to the pin?
The pin is 127 yards. I'd recommend a gap wedge.
Guys, let's get a photo. Hey, 18 Birdies, take a photo. Check it out.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay, well, I appreciate everyone joining me today in the session. Thank you for all being here at AES. Hopefully that gave you a little preview into what we're thinking about and what the future is going to entail. And again, like the challenge, get your hippo on the trail, figure out how that's going to work. Please come to our booth at 401 to discuss it. We also have 3 wonderful partners in our booth, Altura, Pixo, and Fractured Reality. They have some amazing demos for you guys to see, so please visit us and check out those demos. On top of that, we're also going to have a bingo card that allows you to kind of go through our other partners in the space. Please go register for that, and if you complete the bingo card, we could come back to our booth and we'll give you some more swag. But it's been an exciting time. I'm looking forward to seeing every one of you on the floor later today, and then, of course, going through all the different use cases you guys have. So please continue to drive forward. We have to build this community together, and we're looking forward to a bigger market in the next few years. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, David. It's awesome to see some hard facts and research that you've done, and also the content management. We know that's a big piece when it comes to XR as well. And it was good to your kind of some simple steps about how to get started in XR, which is a great leeway into what's happening next. We have our first panel of the day. I'm going to introduce Greg Jones from NVIDIA. Greg, come on up and you can introduce your panelists. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to invite the panelists just to come up, and they'll each introduce themselves. They probably know themselves better than I do. This is about getting started in XR. We've got some great panel members. We're going to go in an order. I'm actually going to read questions, so if I sound a little dry and unanimated, well, let's scoot down one. Oh, we have one more person coming, so everybody scoot down this way one, because we have the end chair for Sanjita. Very good. So this is talking about how to start XR in your company and how then to scale XR, and then we'll do a little bit of future perspective also in this panel. So go ahead and start introductions. Nick, kick it off.
So Nick Sabo, I'm with GE Aerospace. So I've been in industry for about 15 years between aerospace and advanced manufacturing. So just over the last 2 years, have really gotten really deep into the sort of AR, AI space, and I'm currently leading our AR programs at our company.
My name is Laura Kinkle. I'm an immersive technology lead at Daimler Truck North America. I've been in this technology around 12 years now, looking at how we can leverage it within our trucking business.
Hi, my name is Nikki Adioye, and I work for FedEx. I have been with FedEx for about 8 years now, and I lead the human augmentation technology focused area. I also lead autonomous trucking project.
Yeah, Mohammed Anwar, Ford Motor Company. I'm the tech lead for extended reality visualization and reality capture, and we're responsible for end-to-end delivery up to production of extended reality solutions.
Hi, I'm Matt Connors. I'm working for Volvo Group Digital and IT, and so I've been working with 3D and then XR for a long time. I'm based out of Sweden, and we built a lot of digital products in XR, mainly VR for training, also projected augmented reality and AR.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sangeeta Theru. I'm from Stellantis in Michigan, automotive manufacturer for brands such as Jeep, Chrysler, Ram. I lead all of the virtualization and validation topics for all software development, all in-vehicle and off-board software development in Stellantis.
Excellent. So thanks for the introductions. Let's jump straight into questions. So Nick, what was your process for moving initial XR exploration, identifying use cases